Whiskers, a regular cat, always dreamed of becoming a superhero. He imagined himself wearing a cape and saving the day, just like the heroes in the comics he loved. One day, when the city faces a mysterious villain, Whiskers gets the chance to prove that he has what it takes to be a hero, but it's going to take more than just bravery. In a quiet little town, there lived a cat named Whiskers. Whiskers was not an ordinary cat, at least, that's how he saw himself. Every morning, he would gaze out the window, watching the birds soar through the sky, and he would daydream about being a superhero. He imagined himself with a shiny cape, fighting evil, and saving people from danger. But, in reality, Whiskers was just a regular cat, sleeping all day, eating, and chasing his tail. One afternoon, the peaceful town was shaken by a loud crash. The ground trembled, and a dark shadow spread across the sky. Whiskers peeked outside the window and saw a terrifying sight. A mysterious villain, clad in a dark cloak and mask, had arrived in the city. The villain was causing chaos, turning everything upside down. Cars were flipped over, trees were uprooted, and people were running in fear. Whiskers' heart raced. This was his chance. He didn't hesitate for a second. With a determined meow, he jumped off the windowsill and raced out the door. It was time for Whiskers to become the superhero he had always dreamed of. As Whiskers rushed through the streets, he tried to come up with a plan. He had no superpowers, no gadgets, and no cape, just his claws and quick thinking. But that wouldn't stop him. He was ready to face the villain and save the city. He arrived at the town square, where the villain was creating havoc. The villain was using a mysterious device that made things float and spin out of control. Whiskers stood tall and faced the villain, his tail flicking back and forth. "Stop right there," he shouted, though his voice was more of a soft meow than a commanding shout. The villain turned and laughed. "Oh, a cat wants to stop me. How cute. You're no match for me." But Whiskers wasn't ready to give up. He quickly darted toward a pile of boxes nearby and knocked them over, creating a big distraction. The villain looked around in confusion, trying to figure out what had happened. Using the opportunity, Whiskers leaped onto a nearby rooftop. From there, he could see the villain's device clearly. Whiskers remembered something he had seen in the town library, something about the device's power source. It was a glowing crystal that powered everything. If he could find a way to destroy the crystal, the villain's device would stop working. With a plan in mind, Whiskers jumped from rooftop to rooftop, using his speed and agility to get closer to the villain's machine. He spotted the crystal at the heart of the machine, glowing brightly. But it was well guarded by the villain's floating gadgets. Just as Whiskers was about to jump onto the machine, the villain noticed him. "You think you can defeat me?" the villain sneered. Whiskers took a deep breath. He knew he couldn't defeat the villain by force alone. But maybe there was another way. Using his sharp claws, he quickly unscrewed a piece of the machine, and as the villain charged toward him, Whiskers used the piece of metal to reflect the light from the crystal. The light hit a vulnerable part of the machine, causing it to spark and short-circuit. The villain gasped in shock as his machine began to malfunction. In the blink of an eye, Whiskers pounced on the villain's device, smashing it with a powerful swipe of his paw. The machine exploded in a burst of colorful sparks, and the villain was sent flying backward, landing in a pile of soft bushes. The city was saved. As the townspeople cheered, Whiskers walked proudly back into the town square. He had done it. He had saved the day, not with super strength or fancy gadgets, but with quick thinking, bravery, and a little bit of luck. From that day forward, Whiskers became the town's official superhero. Though he didn't wear a cape or have superpowers, the townspeople knew they could count on him whenever danger arrived. And Whiskers? He was just happy to be the hero he always dreamed of being. Whiskers proved that being a hero isn't about having special powers, it's about having the courage to step up when needed and the cleverness to find a way to help, even when things seem impossible. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And for more fun stories, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. See you next time.